Hey folks, sorry. Levi here once again. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Welcome back to another video. My name is Levi. If you're new to the channel, again, my name is Levi McNally. That's my channel. That's my real name in real life too. And hope you guys are all doing well out there. I've been doing videos this week because I've been on vacation from work. Normally I do them on the weekends. You know, because my job, like I said, I'm on vacation this week. And I've been doing a superhero marathon on my channel. And I've been on the 90s era, of superhero movies, superhero films that came out in the 1990s, starting with 1999 to 1999, 1990 to 1999, and I'm on the last movie for the day of 1995. Now I did review, hope y'all did enjoy my review of Tank Girl. What was the last one I did? Damn, why do I forget? Losing my mind. Sorry people, it's just been a long week of reviews. Even reviews, doing long week reviews can kind of make my brain wear out a little bit. The last one, it was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, and Tank Girl. Those reviews on my channel right now. So this is the last 1995 movie I did review. Batman Forever and Darkman 2, The Return of Grant. So I've already reviewed those. This one will be reviewed. They already have been reviewed. So anyway, today we're talking about the last movie. This movie came out in August. This is a superhero comedy television film starring a superhero comedy television film. So I guess this was a made-for-TV superhero movie back in 1995. It stars Joan Savanas, and that is Black Scorpion. Yeah. Oh, look at her. She's a beautiful woman. Yeah. I think I remember her from, what was that movie? Oh, she was in the first Lethal Weapon, but uncredited. See No Evil, Hear No Evil with Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. And of course, Black Scorpion 2. Well, the sequel can't. Well, yeah, we'll talk about the sequel, maybe. But yeah, I just know her from, See No Evil, Hear No Evil in that movie. And of course, Black Scorpion. Is a character from the comics. Yeah, Darcy Walker is a cop by day, but by night she becomes Circle Ortega with the Black Scorpion to fight crime against supervillains and corrupt city officials who prey on innocent. And her city is Angel City. With a trusted friend and mentor, Argyle, who provides her with gadgets and upgrades for her Scorpion mobile, Darcy is ready to serve justice in her own way, something she can't do with her badge. Darcy was determined to become the Black Scorpion after her father, Stan Walker, was shot by one of the gangster pranks, Corny, and then tried to get away with it, so she decides to become a vigilante. Black Scorpion has no powers, but her super martial arts, powerless, and agility makes her an excellent fighter, weapon, and she has a scorpion ring that, it was like made from a taser in this movie, so she can shock you. She has a Scorpion mobile with gadgets in it, which is really cool. Yeah. But yeah, Joan of Arc said that you don't really have much. It says the making of the movie, but not really, or maybe it's his own other part of the disc. But you have the trailer, you got cast biographies. You also have an interview with Joan Savanas talking about the movie, saying that she didn't know she wanted to play superhero, but she said the director sent her a script, and she liked it, so she was interested in doing it. You can see the interview on this DVD from her talking about, the movie, and even showing her mask that she wore in the movie. Yeah, it was part of. Roger Corman was the executive producer. He directed the unreleased The Fantastic Four movie, and it was originally based on the Showtime cable network. It's part of the Roger Corman Presents series. The film was based on an original idea by Corman, which he developed with writer Craig J. Nervous. I wanted to do a female Superman, Spider Batman, said Corman. Roger Corman said he wanted an unknown completely. My demands were I felt not difficult in Hollywood. I wanted an actress who was beautiful and had a great figure because we economized on the amount of cloth we used in the costume. I wanted a tall actress. She does a lot of martial arts. I couldn't have a 5 foot when actors beating up all these big guys. So I wanted a tall, beautiful woman with a good figure who was a good actress, but I wasn't looking for a Meryl Streep type. Just a good actress. I figured this would be pretty easy in Hollywood. It turned to be incredibly difficult. I've never been seen so many beautiful bad actresses in my life. And for the cast, Black Scorpion is a work at camp using, unrealistic characters and comic effects based on a comic. We really did get comics. Black Scorpion was turned into a comic book series originally. The success of this movie was that Black Scorpion was followed by a sequel, Black Scorpion 2, Aftershock, and of course a TV series on the Sci-Fi Channel that starred Michelle Winton, not Joe Sobranos. But Joe Sobranos, I think, did come back for the sequel. I never thought it was a Batman ripoff. No, I thought it was always its own thing. Yeah. Like I said, for the cast, you have Jonas Bars as Darcy Walker, the Black Scorpion. Bruce Apted as Michael Russo. He was in Reanimator. Garrett Morris as Argyle, her sidekick in the movie. Good actor. Yeah. I think he was in an episode of The Jeffersons. Let's see. Stephen Lee as Captain Strickland. He sadly passed away in August. Let's see. Was this guy? Let's see. Oh, he was Duffy from RoboCop 2, plays the captain in this movie. Yeah. You're a bad cop, Officer Duffy. That's right. Yeah, Terry J. Vaughn as Tinder, 11. Good actress. She's good in this movie. She was in Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. She was on Friday, the first one. And she was again in Black Scorpion 2. She was in the sequel. Michael Wiseman as Hacksaw. He was in Predator 2 playing an officer. Brad Tinham as Razor. Durham and Bill as Easy Street, who was a pimp in this movie. Casey Samisco as Dr. Goodhart. She has supporting roles in Back to the Future and Stand By Me, and starred in 3 O'Clock High. I think I've seen the actor who plays the villain here, Breathtaker villain, the actor who plays him, the Doctor. I think he was in some movies. Maybe he was the same guy who played Jerry in 3 O'Clock High and maybe Young Guns. Maybe. I could be wrong though. So we're going to really look it up. But it is, the genre of superhero comedy is written by Greg J. Nervous, directed by Jonathan Winfrey. The music is by Kevin Kenner. He's done scores for TV shows like Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Star Wars: Rebels, The Bad Batch, Tales of the Jedi. He did the film score for Leprechaun, where he worked with somebody. Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And he did the music score for another big superhero movie. Or worked on it, I guess, whatever he did. Additional music composer for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which came out last year. So I guess he did another superhero movie. And Sherman's 3, Back to Perfection. He did the music score for that. Producers Mike Elliott. Executive producers are Roger Corman, Lynch H. Robbins. Cinematography is by Jeff George. Editors Tal Tiggerson. But the premise of the movie, or Black Scorpion, is about, give you a quick synopsis of the movie, is that a disgusted detective transforms herself into a high-tech vigilante named of Darcy Walker. She's a police detective who has the secret identity of Black Scorpion. She becomes the the superhero vigilante Black Scorpion, who goes out for justice after her father, who was a cop, gets murdered right in front of her eyes, and the law doesn't do anything about it. So she becomes the vigilante Black Scorpion with a nasty sting. And she also has to go up against a villain named, here you see in the picture that I'm pointing to, Breathtaker, who plans to, let's just say, take the breath out of Angel City and will probably hurt and kill a lot of people. And of course Black Scorpion must go up against him and defeat him and stop Breathtaker and defeat him once and for all. And there's some spoilers here too in this video, so if you've never seen Black Scorpion, turn this video off, because there are spoilers in this video, so I don't want you to spoil it for yourself. But she also doesn't reveal her secret identity to Michael, who is her partner, her police partner, and she's Ada Argyle, who is a technology expert, and she gets a cool car as well. So I'll talk about the movie itself, give my final opinion on it. If I missed anything, sorry. Not really the whole ring, and this is my second time watching the movie. It's not like I grew up watching this movie. No. Oh, by the way, this is not a movie for kids. Yes, this is a rated R movie. Black Scorpion is a rated R film. Do not show this to your kids, because it does have violence, and it also shows nudity, and there's a sex scene in here, so not for children. So adults only. Yeah. Not all comic book movies are for kids. I don't care if it's made for TV, direct to video, whatever. It's not always meant for children. So, yeah. Just because parents think comic books are just for kids. I'm like, no, it's not. They're for adults too. Watch this movie. If anybody's in their 30s, up their late 30s, or close to my age, watch this movie. You'll see that it's not for children. So, people that, it just gets to me when people say, comic books are for kids. I'm like, no, they're not. No. And some of them are aimed for kids, but some of them are aimed for adults, too. And some comic book movies, like Black Scorpion, are aimed for adults. But anyway. Sorry. Just wanted to bring that up. Just when people say that, I'm like, no. Apparently you haven't watched enough movies to say that. You haven't seen the Deadpool movies, you haven't seen Blade 1 and 2. No. Or even Blade 3. Anyway. The movie starts off with some nice music, and you see Dorothy as a little girl and her father talking, he tells the story of the Black Scorpion. There's no Cinderella story. She goes to the frog and tells him, I'm sorry I stung you, but it's in my nature. All of a sudden, these criminals these two crooks are robbing a bank, I guess, or robbing a place, they steal money. Cops are chasing them, and Darcy's father has to go chase them, shows her father, Lieutenant, and he's got this cool cord. He does drive, and he chases them down, he catches them, they end up in the hospital. One of the main doctors is there telling him, you're not going to jail, you're going to surgery, but Darcy's father's having a cigarette. I saw you, so judgmental. But then one of the crooks, that's standing up, and the others, arm guarding on the bed, as they have to help him because he got shot. But so what happens is, I'm injured. So one of the cops who is not paying attention grabs the cop's gun, shoots the cop, and Darcy's father has to shoot back. In self-defense, of course. They get the doctor, and he. I think, criminals just remember he shoots by accident. He shoots the doctor by accident, then he shoots the bad guy down, takes both of them down, and he tells Darcy, get off the phone now, he's like, get off the radio now, go to bed. And he tells Darcy over the radio, says, I love you, and she says, I love you back. As he just shot the doctor, and the doctor dies, he shoots him right in his lungs, and he gets close to his heart, so see when the doctor dies, and he loses his badge. And then the film takes place 18 years later. Her dad's like a security guard, I'm guessing. Darcy's a cop, a police detective now. And her partner is Mike, and she's working with... What's the actress's name again who played Tinder, Lovin', and she's pretending to be a prostitute, just going undercover for it. And she gets Darcy to meet Easy Street. And when she meets Easy Street, it's a strip club, so you do get a woman dancing that's dancing topless. But anyway, she talks to him, he's like, my name's Easy Street. He's like, is that your name or address? He's like, both. And she tells him, I want to move uptown. You're all okay. and basically said that Easy Street's a douchebag character. I don't like pimps at all, because they hit women and abuse women too, but anyway. But Easy Street does take women back to his room, forces to have sex with them, just for the goods, and he's about to have sex with Darcy until Mike shows up. They're even talking about Mike, that, yeah, man, I don't love you at all, man, I don't have feelings for you. He's just your partner. But anyway, Mike comes in, points a gun, and says, you're under arrest, and they take Easy Street, and she's like, I could have had it. Well, if I would have waited, he would have been dead or something. And they fuss about it, and then they go to the DA and the cop, and the captain, and they say they don't have no evidence, so they have to let Easy Street go. You mean Argyle, who would come later into the plot, but, he says, oh man, I got in trouble with your brother, I did something illegal. True blue, that's what he calls Darcy. Darcy's got her, disguise on him, and she looks good. But she's in trouble, and she's a woman, a good cop, that Darcy's a good cop, and she believes in the law, and she knows that she can't arrest Easy Street, no evidence. And her father's talking to her and says, well, why can't you arrest Dad? Well, we got no proof to arrest him, but there's no evidence. DA let him go. I have no choice. He got a restraining order against us. He's like, back in my day, you did the job. A cop is something, it's not something you do, it's the person you are. It's something, who you are, something like that. Anyway, they're like, oh, what is he doing here? They see the cop come, not the cop, the DA come. The DA says, hi to our father, and then all of a sudden, pulls a gun out, shoots her dad, kills him. And Darcy, of course, is upset over this. Mike tells him that, what would the DA to shoot her father? They say, well, he might drugs him. No drugs in the system, but the DA says that he doesn't remember doing that. He doesn't remember being in the bar, shooting her father. Darcy even has a nightmare about it, but he doesn't remember anything. Darcy goes to talk to him in his cell, points the gun at him and says, tell me, why'd you kill my father? Who made you do it? Why'd you do it? He's like, you better tell me, you better figure it out, because I'm going to kill you if you don't. And Captain runs her, and Captain, internal affairs, whatever you want to call them, cops have to go up against that. She loses her badge. She says, I'm a good cop. You were a good cop. And he says, well, your dad made, you're being like your father. Well, my dad did what he had to do. And Tinder, walks to her and says that, you need to protect me. She promised earlier she'd protect her. But it's not my job anymore. So I can't do nothing. Bye. Takes off in a car. Goes home. Tinder is on the streets working until Easy Street comes, and Easy Street points a knife at her and gives her a good beating. And Tinder goes back to Darcy's place and says, this is your fault. Slams a door in her face. Darcy feels guilty and realizing that she can't really be a cop no more. That the law, the system just is broken, I guess, in her eyes. She finds his costume, and she makes her Black Scorpion costume. Because her dad gave her this present, and it's a ring of a Black Scorpion. And that's when she finds the costume, makes the arms, makes the legs, the boots, and the mask. She goes back to the club to find Easy Street. He's trying to break this girl, but eventually she shows up, gives the girl there, like, don't you know when a lady says no? And then she beats up Easy Street, kills him. And she's in her, she was just taking a shower and crying in the shower over what she's just done. And then she talks to her partner, Mike, and he says, well, we're going to arrest her. Yeah, like, well, didn't she make the streets, well, she killed somebody. But, Mike, well, didn't she make the streets a lot safer? You're right, but, she continues being a Black Scorpion. You found that the criminal Breathtaker as these people under his control, including the DA. Okay, I'll spoil it. It was actually him that, had Darcy killed her father. I'll explain why later, but he's telling them that they're going to rob these banks, they're going to steal some money from him, and this pharmacist says, well, why do you need the money? And he was like, and that's time to get business cue ball. And he's questioning him, and he's like, well, I can breathe this fine, my lungs are fine. He's like, really? And I guess, Breathtaker chokes him and kills him. And you have the mayor who is making out with a prostitute, whatever, his lover, whatever. And these guys show up to beat him up. Darcy, out of a taser, she puts in the ring, gives it this electricity in it. and she shows up to save the mayor. She beats these guys up. This is a good fight. Breaks one guy's arm and then gives one guy a shot. But it's a good fight scene. She fights like this with her hands. Yeah. The mayor's kind of embarrassed about it. They have this vigilante that needs to be arrested. The Black Scorpion makes the papers, and she goes after these ladies that are like wrestling ladies, I guess, that are now criminals. Darcy, Black Scorpion knocks one out, and they always grab her. She does get knocked out. Cops show up eventually before they can do anything else to her. The cops tell them to freeze, and the Black Scorpion jumps as if to use the electric ring, I guess, to fly up out of there. Then she sees her partner, Mike, who doesn't know who she is behind the mask. She doesn't speak or use her voice because he's probably okay with her, so she fights them a bit. They rush around a bit. She gets on top of him, gives him a kiss, kisses him. And he's kind of embarrassed about it. It's like, I can't believe I'm looking at hey honey. And then the cops tease him about it. The officers tease him about it. He goes up to lunch with Dorsey. It's like, the lights go out. They're just talking. He makes her an omelet with an egg. And as they make this omelet, she's flirting with him more. She tries to, the lights go out, the crowd goes out. He's like, you forget to play the lights go? No, let's be the whole city or something. But then, she sneaks up behind him and they share a kiss. Then he sees the whole thing on TV about Scorpion and it's her, isn't it? I was like, Darcy, come on, don't be jealous. She just kissed me, it was nothing. Then after that, Darcy talks to Argyle, who, a little earlier, but Argyle makes this car for her, and when she goes out to fight crime, she can use it to, it's a red car, like a red Ferrari, but Argyle made it when she changes it. It's a cool effect. I know it's a television film, but some of the special effects are pretty good for a 1995 film. But the car can turn electric, and when it does, the car can change, like Swift to a Black Scorpion type car, where she can see, like a map, like a computer screen on the TV, on the screen, and it's awesome. It was really cool. But she goes out to, fight criminals more, and, puts on her mask. She has her costume in the corner, where she can keep it when she needs it, and Mike fights with these two cops, these two security guards who shoot at him because they're talking to Beth Taker. But Beth Taker, was like, how do you want me to be? She's off on boosters, goes away, and Mike fights with Beth Taker a little. Beth Taker nearly kills him, and Black Scorpion shows up to let him go. Black Scorpion saves her, but Beth Taker plans to escape. Beth Taker says, I'll deal with you later, Black Scorpion. He just learns about her from the paper and stuff, found out she could be a threat to him, wants to take her out, but doesn't want to do it with the announcements. Cops are coming, so she leaves the cops. I forgot to mention earlier, they did shoot at her car. That's why Argyle gives her a new car, upgrades it for her with technology and stuff. But she gets away, and eventually, Darcy overhears these cops saying how hot Black Scorpion is, and how, with her mask gonna take advantage of me. And really, she does that to Mike. She, goes to Mike, tells him about the story about the frog, and the Black Scorpion says it's in my nature. Then she, tackles him down. Basically, especially washes the world. She basically, takes her bra off, and they do have sex. And they just do this for a little bit. He tries to, get up to her on the bed, but she, gives him an electric shock, passes him out. Wakes up in the morning. It's like, can't believe that just happened. He hangs out with Darcy eventually again. Darcy, visiting, just hanging out, and Darcy's almost ready to give up being Black Scorpion. Feel like she might just, it's not the right thing she's doing, so she dumps her costume in the trash. Just gonna quit being Black Scorpion. She goes to Mike to tell him the truth about everything, about being Black Scorpion and all that, but all of a sudden, as the TV news lady's talking, she passes out, and Beth Taker is on TV, threatening to take the breath out of, kill all the angels, Angel City. So everybody has to wear a gas mask. It's not like with COVID-19, but here again, it's a lot worse than that. because everybody that can't breathe will die, so he's gonna, revenge out of it, basically. But Darcy and Argyle investigate. They find out that the true identity. Okay, yeah, he wasn't there like that. Okay. His name is Dr. Goodard. Yeah, okay, I got the actor right. I was right. But anyway, we find out that the doctor in the beginning that her father shot, while trying to get his criminals, the one that he shot and it hurt his lungs. Well, apparently Dr. Goodard lost it's him who's behind the mat, that he's the breath taker. So him like 10 years, he was out of breath for 10 years, that his lungs were hurt. He couldn't breathe, so he had to wear this mask and stuff to breathe. He lost his license. He lost everything in his life, so that's why he had a father killed, And he's able to use mind control. He's basically going to get revenge on the city by making sure everybody feels his pain. And of course, Darcy knows she has to stop him. She realizes his identity. She sees that those two wrestler ladies are trying to rob again. She fights with them. This time she knocks the one with the pink on. She knocks her out this time. She whoops her ass. But, Brad Figure shows up. She tells her, I know who you are behind that mask. Dr. Goodard, and he's like, oh, you do? I don't know your identity, but she tells her identity. She tells him, my name's Darcy Walker. My father was this person, but your father shot me back this many 18 years ago. Shot me. He did what he had to do. He didn't mean to. He's like, well, I took it that he took it personal, that he puts her like in a trap, like in a cage. The killer is like this. He's gonna tell her, so you're doing this by out of revenge? Yes. So she's like, you're insane for doing this. He's like, it's insane to do that to you. At least your father's in a coffin. I live in a coffin like every day like this. So everyone's going to live like I live, out of breath. And he poisons it. He's going to kill that scorpion. But she's able to escape out of there. Mike shows up. But as the air vent is going on her, she's running out of breath. Because Beth tells her, you better hold your breath, you don't need it. But she uses her electric ring to shock it, gets out of there. When she's passed out, Mike sees Black Scorpion, takes over mask, realizes Darcy. I'm sorry to tell you, he's like, you're under arrest, you have the right to make something. I was like, we gotta stop him right now, okay? Then you can arrest me later, I promise. Our camera's open. So he rides in the car. She's able to get the map where the location's at. Where Brett Taker's hideout's at. Sorry. And they have a shootout, and she goes to, as Mike is fighting with the criminals, Brett Taker's men, and she goes to face Brett Taker himself. He's like, wow, Black Scorpion. And they have a fight. She kicks his butt. She gives him an ass whooping. He basically, runs himself out of breath. Sorry for the breath puns, but he hits like a computer or something, gets shot, gets passed out real bad, and she, goes in the computer. It's almost 1 minute. She stops the timer, for him to take the breath out of the city on this machine. She moves the machine, stops his plans, and she just calls an ambulance. Well, she goes to Brett Taker and takes his mask off. And Dr. Vader, his face is so damaged, heavily scarred, almost like Darth Vader in a way, but different. He's like, no need to call an ambulance. Your father, your father's finally killed me. And he dies. But she beats him. And after that, after that is all over, Darcy goes to a restaurant, I guess, with Mike, tells him that we can still be partners. I'm back on the force, because she came to the police saying that she saved the day, so she gets her job back. But Mike knows the truth that she's Black Scorpion. And he says, a brain damage transfer, you broke the law. And it's like, well, it's in my nature. I was like, I guess he kind of accepts that. So he stays with Darcy. But apparently, they talk later. It's like, you don't want to come in? No, we're partners. And well, you don't remember the night when we... And apparently he can't remember. He's like, when we what? So I guess he might have forgot that she's Black Scorpion. I don't know if the film is messing with your mind or maybe. But I do think somewhat that Mike probably did forget she's Black Scorpion. And she's like, look, this gas mask come by AC. She put that in there. She's like, I'm not going to tell you. He's like, Darcy, and he's like, it's probably the guys. And then she leaves, and the movie ends with her standing over with her as Black Scorpion standing over the city that she's gonna protect. Oh, I forgot to mention before I get to that, and before I get to her home. Oh, she's gonna say Tinder. Tinder gets attacked by a by a guy who's tries to rape her or whatever. But she comes over, well, for a minute, she knocks him out. And then the movie, like I said, the movie ends with Black Scorpion just standing over the city. And it ends there. And that's Black Scorpion. And that's the end of the movie. Before I get my final opinion on it, hold on. Let's see. Man, I like your boots. The Alamos change at a molecular level. Do you mind if I take these? No, I'll just keep waiting for the naked lady. I was joking, lady. When she gets her costume back, this homeless man's in the trash gives her back her costume. I guess without knowing it. Well, not much supposed to read. But she does have some cheesy one-liners in the movie. Which is fun with me. But not enough quotes for this movie. Okay. But if you've seen the movie, you should know something supposed to be doing that. And I forget quotes too. But she does say quotes sometimes, some cheesy quotes when she's beating up bad guys. But again, I'll give my final opinion on Black Scorpion, isn't it? Anyway. The Black Scorpion, starring Jonas Lawrence. Really good movie. I love this film. She is gorgeous. Very sexy woman. But anyway, I like the story. I like the fact that she's a woman, that Darcy's a woman, that Darcy Walker, that Jonas Lawrence does a good job playing her, that Darcy is just a good cop. She loves her father, even though she knows what he did was wrong. Even though he might have did what he had to do, even if it was wrong, he somehow had to do what he had to do. She's a woman that follows the law too. Her father gets killed, the law doesn't do anything about it, where she sees to right or wrong and becomes the vigilante Black Scorpion. So, you really follow her journey throughout this movie, and when she's taking out bad guys, you get plenty of good action in here. It's a good story. It's not a Batman rip. It's not like Batman. No. It's a completely different movie. First of all, I don't remember in Tim Burton's, in any of the Batman movies, Batman taking advantage of a woman trying to have sex with her. It's not like he goes to chase Meridian's house and forces sex on her. No. It's a completely different film. Critics saying, oh, it was a Batman rip. No, it's not. This is definitely one of my favorite female superhero movies. One of the best, I would say, up there. One of my favorites up with Tank Girl. Definitely really good. And again, a movie I'd rather watch, and I've said this in some videos lately about female superhero movies, but I'd rather watch this over Madam Web. Or Catwoman with Halle Berry, or Elisha with Jennifer Gardner. This is much better than those. Much, much better. Better looking special effects, too. Yes! Elisha, Catwoman. I'm sorry, those movies were, Catwoman 2004. That film had shitty special effects. Shitty CGI. And so did Elisha have crappy CGI. Those films were boring. This, Tango, are not boring. They're fun. They're exciting to watch. They're cheesy, but they're fun. And they feel comic booky, and they're not boring. And you know what? At least they get the comic book character's name right. I guess her name is in the comics Darcy Walker, which is her name Darcy Walker. Because in Catwoman 2004 movie, her name is Patient Phillips. Okay. I'm getting ahead of stuff. That will be a rant later down the road for those two movies, but Elisha is just boring. A boring movie. But this is fun. It's entertaining, a lot of good fun action in here. And again, Jonas Brown is sexy. I like the rest of the cast too. All the cast does a good job. The man that plays her father though, he was in The Terminator. And I think he was also on Top Gun. He was in Miracle Wind 2, which is a Disney Channel movie. He did a voice for a video game. But in Terminator, he was Matt, Gingy's boyfriend. If you remember the Terminator, Gingy as Sarah's friend, and Gingy and Matt are, doing this, and then Terminator, punches him. That's the actor. Yeah. And he was in Top Gun. He was Iceman's best friend. He was in Roxanne. He plays the dummy that's in love with. He plays an idiot who's in love with Roxanne, who Steve Martin is actually in love with. Anyway, if you've seen that movie, I like that movie. And he was in Black Scorpion 2, but as an instruction foreman, so at least he did the sequel, just played a different character. Yeah, good actor. And the rest of the cast is pretty good too. Casey Summit was also in, like I said, 3 O'Clock High. Yeah, just a supporting role Back to the Future, Stand By Me. And of course, I believe he was in Young Guns. Yeah. Young Guns as Charlie. He's really good in that movie. Yeah, good actor. I love 3 O'Clock High. I'm definitely going to be doing a review on that one day. But and he does a good job playing the villain. Could be a different actor in the mask, but the movie also has a really good villain. I like Brett Taker. I like the voice and stuff. He's definitely a threat. Definitely a villain that will, take your breath away. Sorry about the bad pun intended. But it's only 90 minutes. It's a short movie. Goes by at a really good pace. The special effects, in my opinion, the car looks really cool. The electric gadget looks really cool. And the car looks awesome when you see her driving it and the computer stuff. It's not the Batmobile. It's her Black Scorpion mobile, which I think is cool. It's 90 minutes. The cinematography, I think, for a made-for-TV movie, I think the cinematography is really nice for this movie. I think the movie looks good. Cinematography is great. The editing, I think, is real good. The action scenes are great. They're not mind-blowing, but they're really good action scenes. They're entertaining enough. The Black Scorpion's costume is cool. It's sexy. And Joan Ross is gorgeous. I'm not complaining. Very beautiful woman. And she does a good job, too. I think. A great job, And the music score, I think, is really good. Fits really the tone of the movie. Some of it can be a little weird, like with the sex scene, but, And it can be campy. Yeah, it has that. So she has a similarity to Batman, but she is a different character. Batman's parents got murdered when he was a kid. Darcy's mother loved her, and her father gets murdered, as she's an adult, already a cop. So that's different, So, no, completely different from background. So critics don't know what they're talking about. They never really do anyway, but this is different. Black Scorpion was fun. Definitely a movie I'd rather watch over Madam Web, or Catwoman, or larger better movies, in my personal opinion. I can't say the Marvels yet because I haven't seen the Marvels, but I think Captain Marvel was good too. But that's just my opinion. We'll get in that review one day, featuring down the road. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Anyway, my rating for any problems. The CGI effects on the car are good. I can't really think of any problems. No. Can't think of any problems that I have with this movie. Okay, maybe I don't like the whole pimp prostitution thing. I know there's involvement in the movie, but I don't like pimps. I don't like prostitutions. I feel bad for prostitutes. I really do feel sorry for them. Yeah, I don't like that world. I don't like that. And I don't like Easy Street trying to rape women. And I hated that. So that's one problem I have with it. So I just don't like that. Seeing women get raped and being sold for prostitution, I think that's sick. And pimps, I don't like them at all. They're disgusting men who, beat women and rape them for no reason, and sick bastards. I know this is just a movie, but I'm talking about a little bit more too. But I didn't like the Easy Street character. I just didn't like the whole pimp prostitution thing. That's one big problem I have with the movie. That's it. So, but my rating for the film is 4 to 5 stars for Black Scorpion, and a thumbs up for Black Scorpion. My rating for the film, once again, is 4 to 5 stars for Black Scorpion, starring Jonas Safranets, and a thumbs up. So guys, if you've seen this movie, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of Black Scorpion, in your personal opinion? Do you like it? Do you hate it? And have you seen the sequel? I've never seen the sequel. I gotta look it up. But thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And the next review, hold on, I'm going to review today. What time is it? 12:37. Okay. And next we're getting into the year 1996. I'm starting off with this movie, and I love this movie. This movie stars Billy Zane and Christy Swanson and the late Treat Williams, and Catherine Zeta-Jones is in here too in this movie. And that is The Phantom is next. I love The Phantom. Awesome movie. Really an underrated movie. But The Phantom is next, starring Billy Zane. So and this film came out in 1996. Then I'll be reviewing The Crow, City of Angels probably later today too, or tomorrow. But The Phantom is next, so stay tuned for that, guys. And again, 4 to 5 stars is my rating and a thumbs up for Black Scorpion. Let me know what you guys think about this Black Scorpion in the comments down below. Alright, and stay tuned for my next review, which is going to be The Phantom, starring Billy Zane. So this is next. Sorry for the glare, but The Phantom is next. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.